going on, everyone? We're back with another video. This time we got Brett live here, live with us from Toy Con. And I have a couple questions for Brett. Brett, I hope you don't mind.
Oh, of course.
We got some fans that have some questions for you.
Heck yeah, always.
We're gonna get started here. Why don't you tell
sure.
us a little bit about yourself? How you got into like this whole video on YouTube, this YouTube phenomenon?
Of course, yeah. So it all started on my old block where I used to live. My neighbor Sam, he lived about 3 houses down. He actually bought a Curtis Axel and Triple H battle pack with the little forklift pallet piece. And I'm like, yo, Sam, what is that? And his dad was like a big like woodworker type thing, so he made like a wooden ring with wooden steel posts and like actual rope around the thing. I thought that was just so interesting. Like, yo, what's going on with all this? What is all this? And he's like, dude, it's the WWE. I'm like, I've heard of it before, but I've never really, watched it. This was like around like 2013. So I'm like, dude, and it was Monday. It happened to be Monday. So I hopped on. He's like, you know what? Why don't you come over tonight? We can watch Monday Night Raw. And I'm like, Monday Night Raw, dude. Okay, I'm down. So I really enjoyed it. We watched. I remember an Uso match. It was super entertaining. Seeing like the pants that they were wearing and everything like that. And that's basically how I started getting into it. And once I started seeing like all the wrestling figures and the elites, the battle packs, I was like, dude, we need to start a collection. I need the authentic scale ring. I remember the first place that I got was an authentic scale ring. Super hyped to get that. It had like the Raw and SmackDown skirts from Ringside Collectibles, obviously. But yeah, that's about where it started. It was
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think most of us started with a wooden ring made out of posts and
Of course.
some cardboard and
Something
stuff like that. Most of us started that way. So you mentioned Ringside. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the connection you have with Ringside, the partnership?
Right. So Ringside Collectibles, they actually got in contact with me about 2 years ago, I would say. 2 to 3 years ago, I would say. And they're basically like, well, at the time I had a sponsorship with Walkout Wear, if you remember Walkout Wear. And it didn't really work out with them too well. But then Ringside got in contact with me, and then they're like, how about we give you a discount code, we send you the figures, you promote them, do some reviews on them, take some photos of them. And I'm like, obviously, totally down for this. So the first package I got was around Elite 56, I believe. I could be wrong on that. But it was somewhere around Elite 50. And I remember filming the reviews on that. I'm like, this is working out really well. He sent me an email about my first video, how I'm doing. He's like, I really like the format you're doing it, the enthusiasm and everything like that. Keep on doing what you're doing. We're gonna keep on sending little stuff. I'm like, this is great. And obviously, discount code live at Ringside saves 10%.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, for sure. So you get the Ringside stuff.
Yep.
You get it delivered. You get a package. How exciting is that?
Oh, dude, it's thrilling.
That
man.
must be. It's like Christmas every day, right?
And sometimes you never know what it is. It's like I got a package the other day. I was like, is this Elite 87 or is it something else? You know what I mean? So yeah.
So once you get it, where do you take it?
I take it right to my WWE figure room right away.
All right. I'm gonna stop it right
Yeah,
there.
okay.
So I've been following you, right?
Oh man, it's getting spicy. Okay.
Why don't you tell me why don't you tell us what happened to the room?
The room? Yep.
Because there's a temporary fix right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did make a video on this, but it was a little unspecific, obviously, because I was a little bummed that we moved out of our old house. So I don't have like that big, like fancy room, the big table anymore. But we're currently living in our grandma's house. I have like a little white table, similar to this. And it's a long one, got my entrance stage, got my ring, but nothing like special, you know what I mean? But I'm very blessed to have all that still, like to have something set up while we are moving and building our new house. My dad's a general contractor, so he's building the house. And my room's gonna be pretty decent, definitely stay tuned. And I cannot wait to set up the table.
We can expect the Bread Alive Man Cave pack.
Definitely, dude.
Awesome.
The announcer's
fantastic.
desk, everything. It's gonna be epic.
All right.
Definitely
And then
expect
I
it.
have a question from one of our viewers. It's
Okay.
like, how do you deal with people asking you about what you do?
Yeah.
The question's always, young adulthood.
Yeah.
How do you deal with someone telling you still play with toys?
I know.
I want some of those
understand what you're saying.
questions.
I understand what you're saying. This happens in school every once in a while. It's like, yo, you still play with wrestling figures? But that's like a joke. Nobody ever really bullied me when it comes to like wrestling figures. But when it comes to that, I'm just like, yeah, man, it's always been my passion. I feel like if you like something, don't let somebody tell you like, dude, why the crap are you doing that? Like, just do what you want to do. As long as it's not like harming anybody or. As long as it's like a good deal, But yeah, I've always just really enjoyed it, and I'm not gonna let anybody tell me, yo, man, it's childish, or you're 18 years old, what are you doing? I'm just gonna keep on doing what I love, you know what I mean?
Fantastic. Of course. So some of the other questions were around, your favorite figure. Now, you have a goal. You have a goal, right? You have a general goal that you just announced a few weeks ago, a few months ago. You said your goal is to collect every release Elite.
Yes.
WWE Elite ever made.
He knows.
All right.
That's it.
So let me ask you about this. What about that Ultimate Warrior?
I know what you're talking about.
The silver one?
Yeah, with like the older style.
So
hair.
is that considered something that you might want to chase? What has been the hardest Elite for you to chase down so
The
far?
hardest one to find. Okay, the hardest one to find happens to be my favorite figure of all time. It is actually an Elite 4 John Morrison. And there is another one. I think I know what you're thinking about. But Elite 4 John Morrison, at the time, this was like, I think it might have been last year, super hard to find on eBay. At least like in good condition, with the glasses, with the jacket, with the stand. And I found it, and I got an Elite 10 Morrison as well with that for $150. So that one was pretty tough to find, and definitely one of my favorite figures of all time. But also, one that I am unable to find is the Straight Edge Society CM Punk figure for actually like a general price instead of paying like $600 for it. But yeah, that is another one. And yeah, that would probably be up there like one of my favorite figures if I found that CM Punk.
Yeah, I think we share the same enthusiasm when it comes down to the CM Punk.
Oh, dude,
it's one of the best figures that ever
really
made.
love
I love
Punk
it. The
figures.
accessories. I mean, the whole figure looks fantastic.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's freaking epic. So,
Quick question for you.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So now that we talked about figures, right?
Yes.
Now that we talk about creativity,
Uh-huh.
what is one figure that you can grab right now in your toy room?
Yep.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
One figure that you can grab, and the creative juices just start flowing.
About like what I could do with
About
that
what you
figure?
can do, you know, like a ring match, a setup, a little stop motion action.
Dude, I got it. I got it right here. Not an exact Elite series, but when it comes to characters, the Undertaker, hands down. Because you could do like when it comes to like setups, you can do a ton of choke slams. And a trick that I use for the Undertaker, it always comes with like a choke slam hand. I like to jam the thumb up inside of the neck of like his other figure. It looks like he's actually holding him up in the air. So the Undertaker, hands down, you can do a tombstone, boneyard match, in the styles. They announced a figure, so that's gonna be awesome. But yeah, the Undertaker figures are honestly one of my favorite supposed ones.
So that's a great tip.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. Thank you. Last question.
So, okay, what do we
Last
got?
question.
Keep going, man. This is
Last
awesome.
question. Favorite match all time.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. Okay, this one might be a little controversial, but I love three technically. So WrestleMania 25, WrestleMania 26, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Such a big fan of those matches. Oh my gosh, literally the crowd, everything, the hype. Is Shawn Michaels gonna lose his career at 26? Money in the Bank 2011, John Cena, CM Punk, obviously amazing. And then also another one that not too many people mention a lot is I think it might have been 2018, but it was a halftime heat during the NFL halftime show, and I think it might have been like Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. It was Johnny Gargano, a couple other people, but it was an insane tag match.
They pretty much stole the show, right?
Literally,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
insane, and that was like the only match. I think it might have been in the Performance Center. Could be wrong on that, but it was insane. So those four.
It's
were
funny you mentioned
awesome.
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels match because that is like one of the greatest matches that I've ever seen. Starting from like the entrance,
Right.
You know, Shawn Michaels coming out,
down.
yep, and then the Undertaker white versus
So
black.
cool. Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
match was entertaining. You
So
were edge of
awesome.
your seat,
Right.
Fantastic.
Literally
Is
amazing.
there anything else you want to share with your fan base?
What I would want to share, if you guys are trying to start a YouTube channel, become a part of the figure community. Well, everyone's a part of the figure community if you guys collect wrestling figures. But if you guys are trying to become like a big name in like the YouTube stuff, Instagram even with photos, just keep on pushing at it. You might not get as many views at the beginning, but neither did I. Neither did Mickey.
Yeah.
And look at him now. So super awesome. So just get started, keep pushing at it, and you never know. You could get up there, and always, guys, never give up.
Like, and always remember, pull the figure. No,
No.
pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. Get
That figure.